And the Haitians and other newly immigrated people in this country say that they built the nation. They still don't understand what it is we're dealing with and what it is we are going through. Hello, Olokun. Hello, Olokun. Oh, that's sad news. That's why it's y'all. I'm actually glad. Thank you all for telling me about that story, and I will research and do more on it. Thank you for that. But it is the very reason we are talking about what we're talking about today. In addition to the Supreme Court, like decisions that have come down, what they mean for us, it is still a dangerous political thing to be Black in this country. So, again, like another example of why it is almost impossible to take people seriously. Like when somebody tells me, I'm not really political, I don't have I just be like, well, I don't have time in my life. I don't have time in my life to spare I'm sorry. I know that may sound away, but I don't have time in my life for that or for you. Because my very existence is political. And I really can't stand it when a woman tells me that. Because I'm like, girl, your body is the battlefield that politics are played out on every day. Since they are so equipped, they can get their bags and they can go back and like do it there. I hate to even take that tone about it, but when I see people being so vociferous and then you go back and people start showing the receipts of who large swathes of the community those communities voted for, I swear it's as though everybody really does depend on us being the permanent underclass. You never could have told Latinos that they'd be dragging them out of here because they believe it. They believe their own hype. Like they really do believe that like they built the nation. They really do, and that we're the ones that are lower. And if somebody has to go, it's not going to be us, it's going to be them because we vote Republican. And we see what happens. Amy Coney Barrett's ass, who handed this decision down, got 2 whole ass children from Haiti. Seriously, people do not know. I really wish people understood where they have pushed Black people. Because, girl, the nomadic alchemist, I don't have a problem with it. Bye, girl. If you ever told me in my life that I would begin to come over to that way of thinking, I wouldn't have believed you because I'm so tenderhearted. I was very tenderhearted as a child. Like being over empathetic has been a problem for me my entire has been an issue my entire life. And I think as people, as Black people, we are so willing to extend the hand of friendship. We just be looking for ourselves like that, like who we actually are. Like we were just looking for either for that Blackness or that coming together as like brown people. We always be looking for it. Whole time, people have been saying the most horrible things, not just about us, but about our children. And now there's videos about Black Americans not standing up for the Haitians regarding protective status. Yeah, everybody, the way everybody wants Black people and especially Black women to pick up that barge and tote that bale. Everybody's colonialism is coming out, even people that look exactly like us. They're very mad. Yeah, everybody wants us involved so that we can all get kind of they can cloak ourselves. They can cloak themselves in us so they can skinwalk us. Right? She is her property personified. They don't like, yeah, like the people have never liked us, and we get it. People can't get mad at us for accepting that we get how you feel about us. We talked yesterday about the fact that we are broken up. We get it. We are truly allyless. We get it. Y'all been faking this whole time. You fooled us. You got us. Y'all don't really like us. You know, the way wives be waking up in relationships sometimes like, oh, this man don't even like me. This man does not even remotely like me. We get it. We found out everything you were saying. We read the text. We saw it. Thank you for sharing out the live. Hey, Black historian. Thank you for sharing out the live. I'm going to do my best to make it when y'all are there today. I'm really sorry I missed that yesterday. So we get it. So it's a different thing for us to be walking and living in the world, especially Black women, especially the 92%. Y'all know that's where we get our name from, the way that we show up at the ballot box. People think we don't even know our own credentials, our own history. That's another interesting thing and an interesting trend that's going on right now. People are asking people from these different communities that are newly immigrated, do y'all know any American history? What you know about American history? What you know about the history of Black people in this country and the civil rights movement? ask people that. You would be surprised. There have been so many people. I was so shocked. Something that occurred to me, and y'all, this is recent, less than 2 years ago. Thank you, Taya. Thank you. Less than 2 years ago, Paula, thank you for that daily heart me. Less than 2 years ago, you know my ass, because again, overly empathetic, overly kind. Mr. Cass, thank you. I love those gifts. Thank you. Overly kind, overly empathetic, overly wanting to be kind and welcome people in. Also, trauma. That's the way it is when you grow up the eldest daughter, like the first daughter or the first daughter in a black house. Like you're just kind of taught, at least my generation, I'm Gen X. We were taught just surrender yourself over and over again. Just offer yourself up. Your job is to make everybody else happy, welcome, keep stuff functioning and running. 13th generation Muskogee, oh, Creek Indian here. There was no Haitians here doing nothing. I mean, yeah, since George Floyd. Wait, well, let me get all these good comments. God, thank you, girl, for being title gifter of the little corgi. I love little corgi booty. Since George Floyd, I've been shocked at how many people knew nothing about Black American history. Me thinking, thank you for being title gifter. Me thinking, this is what I thought. Oh, this is what I thought. I'm really revealing some stuff. For a long time, didn't nobody notice but Coach Dad. Once I began to perceive as an older person what, like, not an older person, like a young adult, what people thought about Mississippi, like what they thought about my home state, like that we're all ignorant, we don't have a good education. Like I knew I got a great education. I mean, it got me all the way to Dartmouth and it was a public school education. I thought that since I got a good public education, everybody got a good public ed. Do you know what I'm saying? This is just my naivete. That's what I thought. Thank you. I've never seen that before. I've never seen her before. That's what I thought. And I thought, say for example, you're a doctor. Say you went to Hampton and then you went to Meharry Medical School. Say you went to UCLA and then you went to Stanford Medical School. Like my assumption is that you have been exposed to liberality of thought and higher education, good professors. Like, so you know how to think, you know how to critically think, and you have empathy, and you've learned civics, and you understand the way the government works, and you understand why it's important to vote. No, no, no. I found that out the hard way. I feel like I learned that for real, like 2 years ago, that there are people that are whole ass engineers, doctors, scientists, maybe not teachers, because you would have to know something about like basic subjects, but people that you would think because of their resume, because of their education, you would think that they understood history. And that like since I'm so centered in, I grew up in a very Black family. Even my experience at my very predominantly white college was very Black. Coach Dad was one of the few white people I knew. I couldn't, when people come up to me talking about Halicue, Dartmouth 94, maybe you know so and so, and I want to be like, if you weren't Black, I probably didn't know you. Seriously. I knew Josh and I knew a couple of his friends. That's it. That's it. Yeah. No, there are whole people, and don't even get me started now about these MAGA teachers and MAGA nurses. It's terrifying. Most haven't gone out of a 25-mile radius from where they live. No clue. Yes. And so, y'all, it's very interesting in how they chose a president. It's almost as though the Republican Party like figured out and got some polling that, damn, it's a lot of dumb people in this country. We could get a lot of them dumb people. And one day, that George W. Bush was close. I thought that was as close as they was ever gonna get to like, this is a nation full of dummies. We need a dummy. You know what I mean? Like we need to find a dummy like for these people to rally behind so we could get these votes so we can implement these policies. In retrospect, it's funny. I would do fucking anything for a George Bush presidency. My mom said he was a very nice man. You can tell by the way he be up under Michelle Obama. My goodness, he loves Michelle Obama. Thank you so much. It's so funny. I'm very angry at Republicans in general, and I realize how this has been a slow march to where we are for decades. And in general, I'm not willing to forgive anybody. D, thank you for being title gifter of the roses. Girl, I appreciate that. um, so I'm not willing to give any of them I'm not really willing to give any of them like any quarter, but Lord, I would do anything to be back under a George Bush presidency. I thought, whoo, Lord, the way I would do that. But what they really did was, it's almost as though they did research how low, filthy, disgusting, um, we're going to talk about this a little later. It's literally as though they found the man that was low enough, avaricious enough, ignorant enough, like don't know nothing, and is confident. I'm convinced that man bought that degree from Penn. I'm confident. You can't just get the fuck out of Penn. You can't be that wholly ignorant and just get the fuck out of Penn. I'm convinced. I ain't got no proof, allegedly. Most haven't gone out of a 25-mile radius. Let me make sure I'm not missing any. He seems fun, but he was dumb and bad at president. And yeah, bless him. Bless his heart. Wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. But mom said he was a very nice man. My mom got called to the Oval Office a couple of times for some judicial stuff. And so that's how she met him. But yeah, like I'm not willing to give them any quarter, but it is as though, and I'm thinking about this especially in light of Texas. We're going to talk about Texas and how Talerico and Paxton is neck and neck. It's a tie. I wonder what could break the tie and push Talerico over the edge. If they just got their act together and acted right. But Paxton, like being neck and neck with that man right now, especially, no, he wasn't a grifter. No, he was not. I think that man loved his wife. I think he did. I think he loved them girls. I think he actually felt proud to like be the president. Good morning, me. Hey, Miak girl. The option they keep overlooking will tip the scale. Yep, there are a lot of folks. Yeah, I know, girl. They could fix that real quick, girl. Y'all, thank you for your daily hermit. They could fix it real quick, real fast, in a hurry if they wanted to. But the reason Paxton is popular is because the same reason they elected the stunt queen in chief. A lot of y'all, a lot of our fellow men. That's why I was looking at myself in the mirror this morning. I passed by the mirror and I looked at my y'all, I got a divot. I don't have any Botox or anything, but my mom was a judge, so I used to see her a lot on the bench, like the way she would listen this is my mom on the, like she's got a furrow in her brow. So I kind of picked up that when I want to let people know, and I'm ADHD too, ADD, not ADHD, but I'm ADD too, and I have to mask. And so one of my best masks used to be like letting people know, like when I'm trying to focus and listen. Thank you for the pretty cowboy hat. Howdy, howdy. I would kind of do this thing like my mom did, like on the bench, so like people would know, all you got to do is act right, do outreach, listen and act accordingly. Went by, caught my this in the mirror, except it wasn't cute at all. It was really just my resting bitch face. And I'm like, damn, I know the news is driving me crazy because my resting bitch face is just on 100. It's not that hard, Talerico, but keep it up. I know. I made I made a video about it. I said everything I had to say. They still have time. Why they don't want to act right, I don't know. Maybe they'll get motivated. But it's one of the reasons Black people do not need to worry ourselves about this or feel guilty is because all that is an indication of just how fucked up our fellow men are out there. It's one of the reasons I'm like, Halicue, why have you not been going out? People invite you places. You need to go. You ought to go. And I'm like, I think it's because I can't stand my fellow man. I think it's because I'm starting, and Black women, like, we're starting to understand that the reason these people elect this man is because they're a lot like him. They see themselves in him. They get excited about them. That's the reason they're cult members, because that shit excites them. It's not a bug, it's a feature. They like the adultery. They like the pedophilia. They like the grifting. They wish they could do it. They will endure being stolen from. Have we been on for an hour already? All right, puzzle piece. Forgive me. I rarely leave my house in South Carolina because yeah, girl. I'll never forget one of the last times I was home in Mississippi. We were in Target and something was nagging at me. I was in this is back when we were going to Target. This was years ago. Um And I was like, why am I not having a good time? Like normally I love being at home. I love being with my sister. I love being at Target. What's the problem? I realized that like 80% of the people around me, because I was in Mississippi, 80% of the people that are around me voted for that man. That's how they feel. That's how it is down south. That's just how it is down there. It's hard being liberal of thought and political bent down there. Yeah, surrounded by these vampires that don't understand what are we so up in arms about. Seriously, so if you feel this is why the Sunshine Report is so important. So if the news feels infuriating, again, that's because it's what stupidity feels like to intelligent people. Don't even get me started about being a black woman in the 92% and our intellect and how much we love studying in degrees. It's some of us as black women that are just figuring out we can have hobbies that we don't have to monetize because otherwise we'd be getting degrees. We go through a breakup, get a degree. We're having a hard time with these children, get a certification. Like we love it. We love getting in school. We were also taught that that was one of the ways to lift ourselves up out of the nightmare of maybe the racism or the poverty that like we were brought up in. No, we love it. So to hear this craziness from the news, to listen to the stunt queen in chief speak, to listen to his corrupt, complicit spokespeople, people that you know got good sense. That you know got good sense. They'll just sit up there and just lie, just forward his shit. Because blatant lies to honest people feel unendurable. Manipulation, if you've got discernment, and we know black women are gifted with discernment, we be praying for it. When all else fails, y'all know I'm deconstructed, but Lord knows for my own little sisters and some of my friends, I'll be like, please. Y'all know I'm deconstructed. But of course I pray. I'm a bougie hoodoo. Please let her ancestors speak to her and lift her up out of the delusion and stupidity that she is operating in. Bless her with the gift of discernment. So when we hear these stupid fucking news stories, the county fair was packed beyond capacity. The reflecting pool was vandalized by a scuba diver. The economy has never been stronger. We're winning militarily. That is unendurable to intelligent black women voters. We're not imagining shit. These hoes is stupid. This whole thing is the theater of the absurd. Yes, girl, Kelly, see, even people's voices annoy us now. Y'all not imagining shit. It's really absurd and stupid out here. And when you're an intelligent person, the stupid hurts. When you're a kind, empathetic person, the way so many of us are, although a lot of us are learning to become the villains in our own story. Shout out to her divine alchemy. Okay. The messaging and shit on the news, it is not designed for us, for black women, people that think critically. It's designed for dummies. It's designed for people who don't. That is why, as black women right now, digital hygiene has never been more important. We're going to review some of the biggest Supreme Court rulings today. We're going to talk about what's happening politically. But more importantly, we're going to learn how to leave this broadcast mentally cleaner than when we arrived. Because that is what we do at the Sunshine Report. Y'all welcome. Come on in. I'm so glad everybody's here. Y'all, thank you for sharing out the live. Thank you for the likes. How are we doing? Y'all know we got a goal of 100K likes. Something tells me we're going to do really great today. I'm so excited to have this conversation with us. Y'all know what I realized yesterday? Thank you, Gwendolyn. Thank you, Dee. You know what I realized? I realized I never leave here feeling worse than when I started. Ever. I may feel more tired. I may feel like a little drained energetically because I feel like we're good. Like it's a good exchange of energy. And I need y'all to know every time I see those hearts, every time y'all support the live gift, when y'all support the live, and I will pin it because I hope we light it up in here today. It feels like an exchange of energy, and it feels good. I've never left here feeling worse than when I came, and I'm so happy. Thank you, Dee, y'all, girl. Thank you for lighting it up. Good morning, everybody. My name is Halicue Hannah. I am the creator of the Sunshine Report. I am one of the founding voices of the 92%. Thank you, Joyful Girl. Girl, what a beautiful name. Thank you, Dee the Queen. Y'all, thank y'all so much. I'm the creator of the Sunshine Report. I'm one of the founding voices of the 92% movement. This is where the name 92% comes from. This is demographic voting data. I will pull this chart out anywhere. Coach Dad fucked around and bought me a lamination machine. You think I'm not gonna have? I'm about to put this in my wallet. I'm about to laminate it. Me and Naylin are about to put it on a tote bag and some coffee cups for the sun. These are our founding documents. This is where that comes from. 92%, that beautiful long line. We are just as important to liberal and progressive politics have been. That's the way we show up at the ballot box. That's the way we voted in the November 2024 election. So as far as I'm concerned, it's justification for whatever the fuck Black women decide they want to do. Like somebody asks us, girl, you want to go out? No, girl, I don't want to go out. 92%. I don't have to go. Girl, girl, no, I'm not gonna do that. 92%. Mm-mm. Protests? What? No King's March. Nope. I don't need to march or organize or do shit. Y'all need to organize and do shit because as a group, no one showed up. It was us first, Black men second. No one showed up more than Black women to try to do the right thing for this damn nation. And it turns out we the only people that believe in democracy based on the proof, the grade. OMG, I love your earrings. Hey, girl, y'all buy her earrings. They're amazing. Okay. So that's who we are. That's literally justification for us not wanting to do postcard writing party, knocking on doors, donating what? To who? What candidate? No, nope. Ain't got to do it. 92%. We know what we're doing. We know how to show up at the ballot box. Y'all the ones, all these other groups. I don't mean to call no names, white women. I don't mean to call no names, Latino men. Otherwise, we good. That's where the name 92% comes from. Thank you all for tapping the screen and for sharing the live. Thank you, Divergent One, for helping direct traffic down there. I appreciate that so much. All the love in my heart to the committee today. Okay, and this is the Sunshine Report. This is where Black women are building joyful, strategic, multi-dimensional lives while this country destroys itself. Because that's what it looks like it's doing. Yeah, the transition has been so freeing. And Ella, the AI coach, I have to say that shit was scary. It was scary for me. Oldest daughter of the oldest daughter. I'm used to just following the fucking line and doing what has to be done. I'm used to not even giving myself the space to have feelings about shit and mourn. Right? Like after the first time, this motherfucker, excuse my language, but the last time these people elected this motherfucker, my first reaction was get to work, go to work, get involved, do this, do that. Didn't even allow myself a chance to mourn because as one of the oldest daughter in a Black Southern family, what do we learn early on? I don't want to hear your tears. I want to hear your feelings. Just fix it. Make it better. If something fucked up happens, we don't get to sit around like pointing fingers and talking about shit ain't fair and who gets the blame. No, just get to work fixing it, making it better. That's your responsibility. That was what I learned. That was the way I was brought up, girl. That's the way it was in my mama's house. Didn't nobody want to hear who come, why come, even if your little badass siblings did it. What happened in here? I didn't even say my little sister did it after a little while. I was just like, because it didn't matter because I was in charge. So it was my responsibility. I learned that shit early. That's another reason I can't stand y'all's Republican Party. I have never been so disgusted. They are and forgive me, I'm really just in my feelings about this. No excuse language. Seriously, this is why I can't stand these motherfuckers. I cannot stand them because it's the Democrats' fault. It's Joe Biden. You can't ask these hoes nothing about what is going on right now during an administration where they run everything without them talking about Barack Obama, Joe Biden, who else? Dr. Fauci. They still talking about sending Dr. Fauci to jail. Can't nobody take no accountability. The bitch assification of an entire party, which to me is reflective of an entire swath of people in this nation and the people that voted for them. They just bitch ass. The bitch assery is unprecedented. They're never accountable for anything, and it drives me A black woman from Southern Mississippi, black first daughter, the first daughter, that I can't tell you how revolting that is to me. I don't know how these hoes get married. I couldn't be in a relationship with a man pointing a finger at someone else. Well, it's the Mexicans. That's the reason we can't get a job, and they closed the factory down because they're doing this. Ooh, you couldn't get nothing from me if you was a man talking like that. Well, it's their fault. It's the liberal. Oh my God. That's why we ain't got a job and we can't. They want to take credit for everything but racism. Yes, girl. Sorry. And then now they've raised this whole generation of incel ass little boys. Y'all ever seen these boys? They legs spindly and shit. They can't do nothing. They sit in front of the video game all day. And then, like, you look up their little history and how they hate girls and they hate women because they can't get up. Ooh! That's why my resting bitch face. That's why I'd be like, girl, just do your little protective magic and just go out into the world. You can't avoid these people. You can't avoid them. So y'all welcome. Come on in. Like they just spindle-legged, like they nutrition ain't right. They can't run or couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag. Oh my God. It's ugh. It's so disgusting to me. So when it feels thank God. I just got a little notification from my Alloy Health. Y'all know I'm perimenopausal. And I've been without my estrogen patches for a month. So I just got that notification. Your patches are on the way. I'm like, hallelujah. Woo! Y'all know I'm deconstructed. But never seen a leg day in their life. It's also trifling and confused. Hey, Bronze Bella girl, it's been a minute. Y'all, please make Bronze Bellas go pops. Could you please make them? Could y'all make the go pops cascade, please? Y'all know how I like that. Thank you, girls, so much for the go pops. Can I give myself some over here? I'll give myself a go pop if I can. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki Cinnamon girl. I appreciate that. And y'all, thank you for the tapping. I appreciate it so much. Thank you all for sharing out the live. Oh, is it not working? There we go. I just want to make sure my tapper is tapping. Y'all welcome. Come on in. Again, this is a Sunshine Report. I'm Halicue Hannah. I'm one of the founders of the 92% movement. This is where Black women are building joyful, strategic, multidimensional lives while this country destroys itself. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a member of our family, welcome home. As always, y'all, thank you for dropping your daily heart means in the comments. We have a lot of people from Mississippi here. That makes me so happy. Like, y'all, thank you for reposting the live. Thank you for adding it to your stories. Send it to one brilliant Black woman that you know. That's literally how we built this community. One woman, one share, one Black girl conversation at a time. For anyone new here, a girl, these people be frustrating me. That's another reason I need the Sunshine Report. I can't have these conversations with regular ass people. I can't. Although it's funny, y'all. It's real funny when people that you actually have to see and shit, you can tell when they found your content. I'm like, hi, Halicue. Like, they'd be like, hi, Halicue, how are you doing? I'm like, fine. Your nosy ass was in my live this morning. You know I'm not in a good mood. Or you know I'm feeling feisty this morning. Get out of the way and let me have my favorite space at the bar. Y'all have I'm so glad these children are damn near grown and I got a senior in high school. I ain't got to worry about this shit no more. Oh, goodness. The 92% is the overwhelming majority of Black women who voted to protect democracy. That's who the 92% is, and we use that name. We are also not interested in carrying anybody else's emotional labor. As her divine alchemy could tell you, we fully accept the role that other people have given us as villains in their lives, and we're ready to step into it. We are investing in ourselves, in our communities. We are investing in our peace, in our nervous systems, our creativity, our wealth, and our prosperity. And we organize the way we kind of do shit since the election in November 2024 around 7 kind of crucial decisions that we made as Black women the day after the election. Hey, Silvana, y'all put some dragons in the chat for Silvana. Hey, girl, I was thinking about you as I was looking at the clips of House of Dragons. So we organize as a 92%. We kind of organize our lives around 7 crucial decisions. Rest. We've started a rest revolution. We need it. We needed it. They don't want us rested. We're going to rest if for no other reason than they don't want us rested. Yeah, I'm ready for Rhaenyra to act up. Yeah, I still haven't gotten over how they did Daenerys. To this day, I ain't got over how they did my queen. Okay. We organize ourselves around, again, those crucial decisions. First of all, rest, because rest is a spiritual tool that they have denied us since they dragged our asses over here. Mental liberation, getting rid of those final little fine epigenetically, that detritus that's still in here and still on us from slavery. We are unlearning the grind. We're learning that there's a lot more to us than whatever title or shit they give us at these jobs in corporate America. These people want us enslaved. They figured out a way to like keep us enslaved through everything we owe. It's like children are born, like literally you're born practically into debt. So we are unlearning the grind. We're also stacking our power, understanding that our time, our attention, it's valuable. It is like gold. Yes, rest is resistance. Yes, hello, Cole. It is. It's productive. And seriously, it's a spiritual tool. We can't organize or do nothing or have any real success or long. You found your tribe. Welcome, Raina. Welcome, Raina Monique. Okay. And Black women's attention, that's why they're always baiting us. That's why they're always trying to get our attention and always trying to stress us out. Like, if people ever want to distract from something fucked up, let's start some fucked up conversation in the zeitgeist about Black relationships and Black love. Let's start something there. Let's start a conversation about how Black women are ghetto, hate the way they dress, talk, fingernails, eyelashes. Go. All right. We are ritualizing our wellness. They want us sick. They want us eating this damn fast food. Black people in this country our lives are shortened because of racialized chronic stress and racialized stress and inflammation. I'm serious as a heart attack. So we're ritualizing our wellness. We're connecting it to our ancestry. I do not have my okra water this morning. I'm going to have it a little bit later after my workout. We are celebrating Black girls' creative genius. Yeah, and they fall for the BS every time. They do. And they do. They all say the same thing. It's all the same shit over and over and over. And then they fucked around and started selling men podcasting mics. D, thank you for that daily heart, me. So we're celebrating Black girl genius. We're spending time creating, whether you're a digital creator. Y'all know I want y'all on the mic. I want Black women talking. We got to beat back some of this ignorance that's being like projected and broadcast out here every day. That's how the hell we got here. Okay? And finally, they're going to have to earn us. They're going to have to earn our vote. Sorry, that's what they learning in Texas. That's going to be one of the stories that we're talking about today. And we practice 2 strategies. We practice organized indifference and economic activism. Those are not slogans. Those are survival strategies. All right. And so y'all today, our community just teared up. Yay. Y'all welcome. Y'all welcome. Come on in. Today I want to talk about something I feel like, actually, let's talk about Texas first. Let's talk about Texas. Then we're going to jump into digital hygiene. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Texas, where you at? Girl, they neck and neck. Texas Senate race. The latest polls came out, y'all, and it's dead even. It's dead to fuck even. From the Washington Post, the Texas Senate race is dead. Emphasis on the wrong syllable. The Texas Senate race is dead even, poll finds. The survey suggests that Democrats have a chance to win statewide contests in Texas for the first time since the 1990s. This would be, girl, you in Houston. You in Houston. My sister Megan is in Houston, Texas, which means Talerico is behind. Yes. The answer to this problem, the solution is in the hands of the Talerico campaign. The solution is right there. It is right there. But people still won't do what they're supposed to do. I seriously, y'all know I'm deconstructed, but I still pray. I pray to ancestors of James Talerico will enlighten him to extend the hand of friendship, assistance, and sincere engagement with Black Texas voters. Hey, Texas family. Miss Betty Boop. Betty Boop was Black, by the way. Okay. Well, everybody know that. Everybody knows that, right? Quinta Brunson apparently is going to be playing her in a biopic. So Talerico could do something to get him over the line, but if all they gotta do is genuinely, sincerely, enthusiastically engage with Black voters. That's all they have to do. Oh, thank you, Miss Betty Boo Girl. Likewise, Mama. That's all they got to do. Stop spending time harassing Jasmine 92% icon Crockett and stop waiting for her just to do the work, because that's the problem. They just piss. They just want us to get in line. They just want us to tote that barge, lift that bale, just get in line, chop wood, carry water, bitch, the way you negresses have been doing since forever. Why are you negresses acting uppity? Why won't y'all just do the work the way y'all always do? Grow up, be serious. Y'all are gonna have to earn our vote. It didn't have to be like that. We could be like this. Except they tripping. Where are all these MAGA red hat people they were supposed to be turning in Texas? What's going on? Yeah, we're not doing anything else for them. It is now all for us. Can y'all imagine? Here's the thing. How do I want to put this? Us being selfish. Black women prioritizing ourselves, our initiatives, our priorities, our health, our political power, the way we vote. Miss Betty Boop, thank you for the roses. Us prioritizing ourselves is going to be the best thing that ever happens to this nation. This is what we did for the nation. We've been carrying the nation on our back this whole time. Tired, exhausted, sick, overweight, full of all this fucked up processed food, facing insane disparities in health and in our receipt of healthcare services. Look at what we've been able to do for this nation. There is not a single liberation movement that did not have Black women, as far as I'm concerned, doing most of the work. I ain't even got no proof. I was not a twinkle in my father's eye when the civil rights era was happening and the Black Panther Party was happening for real. I'm positive Black women were the real motor behind all of it. It's not a church, in a Black church in existence that don't run on Black women, which is why I'm so anti the church, because I feel like they prey and feed off of us and our energy. And look at where we got. We got Kamala, chief law officer, then a Senate for the fourth largest economy, vice president of the United States. As far as I'm concerned, she won the election and it was shenanigans, skullduggery. I don't have any proof. And Coach Dad, if you're watching this from Mongolia, don't get mad at me. Coach Dad don't want me getting on here with propaganda. He don't want me getting on here with conspiracy theories. But goddamn, at this point, the conspiracy theorists with the Epstein Island, the conspiracy theorists are, I don't know, batting 1,000. And then they had the nerve to say, and y'all, if I did not get to your amazing comment, put it back in the chat. Put it back up here. It's worth me reading and it's worth me seeing. Okay, sometimes I'm just chit-chatting and they go by. She won. They cheated. Yeah, I ain't got no proof, Nicole, but I believe that is true. And then they had the nerve to say women can't lead the church. Women in leadership are going to be the only thing that get us out of this shit. Black women in leadership might be the only thing that gets us out of this shit. We being tired and sick and undervalued, undernourished, And with no good rest or good sleep, cortisol fueled, we did the most. We've done amazing. We've been carrying, especially liberal politics. Black people are the base of the Democratic Party and liberal and progressive politics. I just want everybody to know that. That's why liberals hate us so. I mean, that's why leftists hate us so much. And they really don't want us to talk about that. That's why I talk about it all the time. That's why I say 92% all the time. That's why I pull out this chart all the time, is because we haven't known our value. There are Black people that have worked so hard, and Black women that have been doing soul to the polls since they were old enough to vote. We don't understand our own intrinsic value, how valuable we are. We just as valuable to our side of politics as those idiots in those red hats are to theirs, but we don't ever get the credit for that because they don't want us to know how valuable we are. Because if we know how valuable we are, we'll want to lead. And that's one of the reasons we are in the place that we are in right now. Because what do they want? Black women's labor. Well, what do they not want? They want our labor, but not our leadership. You're right. It's a plan, it's all intentions. Yes. Yes. Yes, Silvana. Oh my God. Smart Scroll in class. Yes. You all, thank you for supporting the live. Women got us to freedom. Hello, Harriet. Yes, she was the most valuable spy during emancipation. Oh my goodness. Oh, by the way, have y'all seen the new, there's a new documentary on PBS about Thoreau. It's actually very interesting shit. I was bored when we talked about transcendentalism in school. And now I'm like, damn, am I a transcendentalist? I was like, if I like the outdoors a little bit more, I could totally be a transcendentalist. I also didn't know that they were as they were as enmeshed with abolition, with the abolition as they were. It's a great documentary. I don't know if it's Ken Burns, but it's on Thoreau and it's on PBS. It's really, really good. Um, no, thank you, love in the house. Um, so y'all, thank you for joining us today. So our first and one of the main stories I want to talk about: Texas Senate race is dead even poll finds. Democrat James Talerico is tied with Republican Ken Paxton in Texas's closely watched U.S. Senate election, according to the New York Times Siena University poll released on Tuesday. The survey suggests that I caught myself. The survey suggests that y'all stunt queen in chief's popularity and Paxton's past controversies are giving Democrats a chance to win a statewide contest in Texas for the first time since the 90s. Now, I would say differently. I would say that the stunt queen in chief's disgusting nature as a human being, as a person, his avarice, his greed, his criminality, his lasciviousness, his predilection for violence in sex, his predilection towards being a PDF file. The man, somebody showed a supercut of the way he used to go on TV and talk about how him and his daughter have what's her name? Mafia Princess Barbie, because they're a crime family, except not nearly as good looking or charismatic as the Sopranos or the Corleones. Okay. Like basically, it's a crime syndicate, it's a crime family. And I think there was a huge majority of the American public, and especially the people that voted for his ass, they like that shit. They want to be that shit. They wish they could get away with that stuff. Hello, Rissa. Like they like that. Hey, pals. Hey, mama. The idea barista is in the house. Y'all put some light bulbs in the chat for pals. We had the best chat yesterday. So yeah, that's what I would say. Rissa, thank you for that. Thank you for the hand heart. I appreciate that. Or the finger heart. Thank you. I appreciate that. My mic is disconnected. What? Uh-oh. Can y'all not hear me? Is this little thing might need to get, I'll take it off and I'll charge it for a hot second. This little thing might need to get charged. Y'all just gonna have to hear my regular voice right now. But do y'all see, like, the mic is good though. I love having my mic. This is my favorite mic. This is my Mayono. I think they're sending me, they've got a new version. Hey, everything, Aaron. They've got a new version of this, the M7, the Shure, that's it's gonna be their version of that. I hope they send it to me. I think y'all are gonna love it. So my phone mic is on. Okay, good. So y'all, we're going to just do the phone mic until I can get this baby charged up. for a hot second. I'm going to put the tapper back on. So, y'all, we're just talking about the Texas Senate race. So, I feel, and I said this in the video, y'all, instead of people harassing us, insulting us, asking us why we don't get busy toting that barge and lifting that bale the way we normally do, I feel like if y'all want this man to win, y'all need to. It's crazy to be. When you think about it, that's how important racism is to them. That's how important, because they can't comprehend in their mind that Black people, this, and again, these are all reasons these people are voted for stunt queen in chief. They can't comprehend that we are smarter than them, that we know better than them, that our judgment is better than theirs. Um, they can't comprehend that we could make more than them, be more well resourced than them, wealthier than them, more comfortable and secure than them. That it doesn't compute. There's, and it's true. There is racism on our side of things too, on the far left. And if you scratch hard enough, that's why it's hard for me to rock with Democratic Socialists of America. It's hard because them hoes come out. That's connection to Bernie broism. I remember them bitches from like 2016. We got beef. I'm not good at getting over beef. I'm not good at getting over it. I can forget about it. I can keep evolving to the point to where I don't care, at which point technically I guess I've forgiven you and like it doesn't matter. But I remember 2016. We're suffering the consequences of Bernie broism today. And that's Democratic Socialists of America. But it's nuanced, because do I like Mondami's personality? Yes. Do I love the idea of free anything for young mothers? Yes. Free grocery stores, free childcare? Yes. My mom was a single mom. My sister, a couple of my sisters have been single moms. I have seen it's not a Black woman alive that doesn't have a girlfriend. Maybe it's some of us that don't. Maybe as they get younger, like my daughters don't have girlfriends that are single. You know what I mean? Like that are single moms. But I definitely remember, and if you a single mom, there is almost always a time when you are on your knees, crying, screaming, begging to the creator, how did I get here? Why are they doing this to me? Why am I so by myself? Why is this so hard? What did I do to deserve this? If you've never, oh, I'll never forget one of my sisters. Oh, she was in law school and that baby would not go to sleep. I will never forget it. The wailing, the screaming, the crying. This is because this isn't what they signed up for. A lot of times this shit happens under like false pretenses. So in some degree, yeah. Like when I get that flashback to my mom, girl, that shit hits me very deeply. That's why I don't really get on here talking about baby daddies and shit and how I think everybody should take these hoes to like put them on child support immediately. I don't have, my dad never paid a dime of child support. I am biased. I am very biased. So when I hear, oh, okay, Democratic Socialists, some of y'all gonna manage to get some free. Oh yeah, okay. I don't trust them hoes though. I'm always looking at them sideways because I know it's a lot of them, and especially the way they represent themselves online. They like to target and harass us. That's that racism. Instead of respecting us as the powerhouse of the party, they want to be destructive and they want to show how superior they are, and we're too stupid and we don't understand. Yeah, it's real. I know it. Ooh, I know it. Ooh. If you ain't never had your sister or a friend crying in your lap over the unfairness the whole while you got like a mama or a grandmama like rah, 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 rah. And why did you open your legs? And why did you oh, baby crying in the background, you're worried about no, that's real. I take that shit real seriously. So when I hear, oh, okay, they managing to get free daycare, free groceries, yes. I'm 100% for that, but I'm always looking at them like this because Bernie broism. And that racism is real. So do I think there are a couple of people that maybe might come out of there that may make good congressmen? Should they start maybe do what the Republicans did? Build a movement, start getting onto school boards, start getting onto city councils. Should they build up their own party? Yeah, and give us some choice? Yes. I understand that. I'm mom too. Ooh. Yeah, girl, no, the struggle is real. And my mom too, still side idea, say we need our own party. Yeah. And who knows where it may go. All I know is I think all the signs are clear that this whole thing, I want us to win the midterms. I want us to try to re-exert some checks and balances with our vote because that's all that's left. Because that's all that's left. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing these great comments. Bounty and Bliss says, right, Talerico's campaign seems to think leaning into sympathizing with racists is more important, or that it's gonna get them better results. And in the meanwhile, because they want to do that, they want us just, continuing to do the real work while they pretend. And also they all Twitter fingers. They think that their activism and work is like online harassing us. Right? Yeah, we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yeah, all they got to do is appeal to black voters. That's why I'm just like, you're not gonna make me angry because all you have to do is earn our vote. And I got to be honest, it is not even that difficult. Black people in general, we want to do the right thing. We want for things to get better. That's why people should listen to us. And y'all know I say this all the time. Everybody wants to copy the way we talk. They want to copy the way we look. They are literally peptides these people are taking to turn themselves brown. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Y'all look it up. It's called melatonin. They want to listen to our music. White girls want to rap. Iggy Azalea, like they want they want all of it, but the struggle and the work. All they have to do is genuinely reach out to and be in alignment. But see, everybody, they want everything. They want to get these MAGA voters. These people, oh my God. In Texas. So they're more valuable. It is more valuable to flip them. Bounty and Bliss said it perfectly than it is to nurture the relationship with us, the base. It's the easiest thing they can do. That's why I don't feel bad. All they got to do is extend the hand of friendship, acceptance, and do some genuine engagement. So the polls say that James Talerico is tied with Ken Paxton, and Ken Paxton continues to be a dirtbag. They caught that man. That man is on his way someplace in Europe. I don't know where he's on his way to. They caught him flirting with some bitch on, I don't even know if she's bitch, but she's supposed to be an evangelical like content creator. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just, maybe I won't call her a bitch. Maybe I'll just call her a dumb broad, a dizzy broad. Their motto, can't throw away perfectly good white, but yep, can't. The longer they wait, the worse it's gonna get. I know, but they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. They're hard-headed. No critical thinking, no mind, heart, spirit connection. Yeah, with his second mistress, and as funny looking as he is, I mean, when I tell you Texas, am I right about this? Y'all let me know. Because y'all know I don't, my only claim to Texas is having two sisters there, which means I feel like I can say something. Plus, I'm black and I'm a black girl politics nerd. His own party tried to bring him to heel and impeach him and like hold him accountable. Like even Republicans said, is this too much? But now that they got the stunt queen in chief. These people want to be like that disgusting man. I can show you better than I can tell you. Yeah, mode activated. I don't know what else they want from us. All they have to do is talk nice, be respectful, engage, talk about our issues. Because the truth is, they got tired. Yep. Text here, you're good, says thank you. I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to help them. We're trying to help them. And what do we get? What do we get? People harassing the fuck out of us on threads everywhere, on needle and threads. I don't go over to the toilet bowl app anymore. I don't go over there. Y'all know they kicked me off twice, and I decided that was it. That was a wrap. Plus, around here, everybody wants me to run for there. Okay, I'm not gonna say now because I think most people in town are terrified of me now. But I'm still on the library board. Girl, thank you, Mr. Cass. But for a long time, Halicue, we need you on council. We need you on council. Please run for council. One of the, I love her so much too. One of the county supervisors, when because they knew I liked this county supervisor. I really liked her. She's very Hillary Clinton-esque white lady politician. Really liked her. And they sent her in with the big gun. She goes, I don't think you're going to be ready to run for office until you're like me, until you're in your early 60s, then you'll be ready. But I want you to know, like, I was sent here because we see you like doing it. I said, y'all don't understand. I believe in serving. My mom is a public figure and serves. I was like, but y'all don't understand some of the things that I have said about Republicans on Twitter. I ain't erased nothing either. And she goes, well, sometimes when we say things, I was like, no, I meant every word. I meant everything I said. Some of them were horrible. What's it like serving on an advisory board? I love being on the library board. I love being on the library board. I love small town beef. Here's something about serving. Y'all serve, run for the school board, run for city council, get on your local. I decided we had an issue here. We had a racist ass brown woman too. She was from Sri Lanka, and my ass, we thought that since she was brown, she was Democrat. She was not. She fooled a lot of us, and we had a big city debacle. And I was like, you know what? The truth of the matter is, Halicue, you can't talk shit unless you're serving in some way. Even though I kind of feel like Black women leave us the fuck alone. I was like, you know what? I love the library and I love to read. So I'll serve on a little local board. I'll serve on the library. I love serving on the library board. And it's just like Parks and Recreation. Yeah, y'all ever watch that show Parks and Recreation? It is true. We have beef with Parks and Rec. We have problems. We have beef. We have disagreement. It's the best part. It's the best. And then Coach Dad is now part of a local. It's the best. Oh my God, I love the mess. It'd be messy. I love it's that kind of, it is. I love Parks and Rec, girl. We really be. I was like, and another thing with Parks and Rec, and I was like, I can't even believe I'm saying this. Why we got beef with Parks and Rec? But it's because city managers, it is just like Parks and Rec. City managers come in and they want to make cuts and they want to make us try to do the same thing and be the same thing. And Parks and Rec is not the fucking library. It's different. And I ain't walking back. Well, yeah, and I'm not walking Bounty and Bliss. Yeah, girl. And I meant every word I ever said. I swear I meant every word. Like, I may go back and I may reassess and I may change my mind. Maybe, but I promise you I meant it when I said it. I promise I meant it when I said it. And also, if somebody tries to confront me about it or wants me to skate around it, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself because I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm a Black woman that doesn't have to, you know what I mean? I ain't got to worry about losing a job. I ain't got, the kids are, my kids are like 22 and I got a senior in high school. Like, I just don't have to worry about suffering consequences of what I say about what I think. And I'm not going back ever. Ever, if I can help it, I'm not ever going back. I meant every word. But I want us to run for council. We need it. And when I'm 60, like, I love her too. I call her the Notorious, her initials. I really love her. When I'm 60, I may circle back. And think about it, but I do want us. But I just want to say once and for all, and to put a period on the end of the sentence about Texas right now, the solution to Talerico securing this win with no hard feelings, and for us to say no hard feelings, because in a little way, I'm still pissed about Jasmine. But I also know her future is so bright. She is a 92% icon. I'm not too worried. But for that man to secure, would I rather see? I mean, I don't trust pastor-shaped white people. I just don't. I don't. Like, I just don't. But would we rather have a Democratic like senator? Of course we would. Of course we would. The solution to that man cruising to victory is the Black community. And they can't say that we aren't being clear and telling them what they need to do. And if they still stuck on stupid, what the fuck are we supposed to do about that? And what are we supposed to do about the fact about Texans and being Republicans, they small-minded. They don't know how to think liberally. They're racist. They're patriarchal based. They're supremacist based. They're oppressor based. And they want to stay like that. They want to keep it like that. They like that man being in the White House. They like Ken Paxton. Has Talerico said something to offend? Not as much as his supporters. And not the offense is through the inaction. The offense is through not engaging with Black voters the way he needs to, addressing our issues. They and I know they must feel like in Texas talking about any issues that have to do with race are going to be an anathema to and a put off to white people and probably some Latin people. And they have decided based on the lack of engagement, the lack of reaching out, and what these podcasters, their influencers, and the leftist wing of Democratic like online politics for some reason has felt as though the thing to do is to have this targeted campaign. It's not a whisper campaign, but it's definitely an online campaign to like shame Black voters, to vilify and pillory like Jasmine Crockett, and to be very up in arms about how come Black people and how come Jasmine Crockett isn't working her little ass off. They took away her district. She lost the primary and now they want her to work. And Black people are like, fuck y'all. That was who we wanted. That's who we voted for. That's felt like who we felt like was right. And if people hadn't jumped in and started telling her, and as far as I'm concerned, I am so proud of her because y'all, it would have been easier just to do the shit we've always done. Just toe the line, get in line, tote that bar, lift that bell, look spry, jump how high. It would be so easy for us, for Jasmine Crockett to have been like, let's just do what Black women always do. Just put the nation on our back and just carry us up to the finish line. I'm so proud of her for saying no. No, hey, lion lady, how you doing? It's good to see you. Let me check and see what's going on over here on the tube. That is you. I don't even know if we know. There we go. So y'all welcome. Come on in. So that was one of our main news stories that I wanted to talk about. Oh goodness, I miss people. Oh, we got folks in the chat. Hey, y'all in the chat over on the tube. That's you. Hey y'all, I'm sorry. I have not been caring for you the way I should. I'm so sorry. Oh, Golden Lady. Hey, Golden Lady. When I saw Lion Lady, I immediately thought of you. And I was like, let me go over here and see what Golden Lady's up to. His silence shows exactly what he did do for Black Texas constituents. Nothing. Y'all, they have to earn our vote. I don't know what else to say. Gotta earn our vote. Hop 2. Let's go. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. Truly, just earn our vote and stop fucking harassing Jasmine Crockett and her supporters, and listen to what we say. You know, one of my main gripes is that we have proven over and over that we know what's best. God damn it. Okay? We have proven over and over that we know what's best. We ain't even been loud about it until recently. We ain't been loud about it till the day after the election in 2024. Okay? We know what's best. Obvi. People should be listening to us, but don't nobody want to listen to us. And people are gonna reap what they sow. Yeah. They're gonna reap what they sow. We are back. So that's that main story. And I also want to say, like, don't, I'll never forget this. It was one of Madonna's songs. You remember when she's like, I forget which song it was, but it was Human Nature. You remember when she was in the box trying to be like Paula Abdul, like, it's human nature. She was all in BDSM and she's like, I'm not your bitch. Don't hang your shit on me. I'm not your bitch. Don't hang your shit on me. Don't hang y'all's, don't Listen, it's mostly like is white people and Republicans in Texas voting for the bubble hot bubbling garbage dumpster fire that is the political career and the personal convictions and character that is Paxton. Don't put that on black people. Don't put that white people love that shit and or want to align themselves with that shit on us. That's not our fault. But isn't it true that millions of black voters didn't show up? Millions we don't have nearly the turnout as we should for voter turnout. I believe voting should be compulsory. I believe voters it's compulsory. No, black people we always don't show up. We always show up and we vote for the right person and the right thing. We do. It's the way we're built because we understand like our work in politics is one of the things that keep us alive. Not showing up is not us. This is exit polling data broken out by demographic, and this is a presidential election, which is different than midterm election, and turnout is generally lower in general for all midterms elections. California is notoriously progressive, and we had pathetic turnout for like our midterms. So that's just kind of across the board. But when it comes to showing up for the important shit, the big shit, black people aren't the problem. That is us turning out for liberal and progressive politics. That is black men showing up. Okay. That's us. The people, Latino women, they come in number 3. They're exercising more good sense. The problem is up here. White men, white women. That's the problem. And white women ought to be ashamed. I don't even use the word shame. That's the way my grandmother used to say it. That's exactly the way she said, ought to be ashamed. That's the problem. That's who needs to fix what's going on right there. Okay? That we always show up, and that's why they try to yep, thank you, smartest girl in class. That's why they always trying to take our voting rights and take away our districts. That's why this man is trying to bulldoze through speaking of which, another story, he's trying to bulldoze this shit through. That's why that's all he can think about. That man literally said nothing is more important than the SAVE Act. Thank you, D. He says, y'all, Stunt Queen in Chief says, this is from The Hill. Stunt Queen in Chief says, Save America Act more important than ever following SCOTUS ruling on mail-in ballots. Also, thank you, Supreme Court, for saying our votes can be counted. Thanks. We're so thank you. I know my mama's heartbroken. I know my mother is heartbroken. Truly. Let me see something, guys. I think I have too many things open right now. Let me turn that off. I have too many things open, so I'm like lagging a little bit. Forgive me. Let me go back. So he says, and this is to Ella AI's point. He says that the Save America Act is more important than ever following the SCOTUS ruling on mail-in ballots. When more people vote, Republicans lose. That's why they're constantly trying to take the vote. That's why they're constantly trying to take away like our representation, especially ours. Why? Because if we didn't show up, they wouldn't give a fuck. Excuse my language. Seriously. If we didn't show up, they wouldn't give a damn. They wouldn't be paying any attention to us at all. Yeah, and that's what campaigning is. You're right. Thank you. That's the whole purpose. To convince, and I know this, to convince people to vote for you, to help everyone understand why voting for you, if you're the candidate, is good for them. That's the job. Explaining in a way that they get and they believe that they will vote in your interests and that they will enact policy and support policy that helps you. That's the reason That's the reason Big Dog was so successful. And he was good in a room. You know, they would say, like, if you're a politician, you got to be good in the room. There we go. They would say you got to be good in the room. That's one of the reasons. Ooh, it's a good thing Coach Dad took me off the market because I would have taken my ass to like DC and would try to be a little young Olivia Pope and work on a campaign. That would have been a mistake because, like, Bill, oh my goodness, Bill Clinton had a way of making you feel seen and that he understood you. I met that man in New Hampshire at the primaries at Dartmouth College. I went there with my with the dean of pledges, most gracious DP country time. I'll never forget because she knew I was very interested in politics. So she did a solid. I was pledging. I was online. I should have been going anywhere, but she snuck me into. She didn't sneak me into, but she chaperoned me like at the primary, and she goes, "I'm gonna let you go meet. I'm gonna let you go meet Bill Clinton. Let's go. Let's go ahead and go on and meet him." He had this way of looking at you and talking to you. He goes, "Now," and I'm like, "Hi, Governor Clinton. I'm Halicue Gambrell. Gambrell? Are your people like people from Meridian? You know, my father. You know, I knew a lawyer, a brilliant man. Went to Ole Miss Law School. Gabriel, yes, sir, that's my father. Fine man, fine man. He could have had a future in politics. So listen, I want you to know that da 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 da. And it doesn't matter how like, and I was just a girl, just eyes, just you know what I mean? Like he made me feel like in this he goes, and I know, you know, when you're you're a southerner, you know, and you're at these schools, you feel by yourself, but I want you to know that you got somebody thinking about you and thinking about your people. um that's the job. That's the job. Girl, all under the desk, girl, it would have been a problem. You know, my Venus is in Gemini. I love when a man can talk. You know, some of the only time, like, Coach Dad and I have been married so long, and I used to be kind of wild and volatile when I was younger. But you know, you kind of you shake down into conformity and know one and understand each other. The only time Coach Dad at a party or in a social situation, he's like, "Who the fuck is trying to talk to you over there?" Is when somebody makes me laugh. Like if a man makes me laugh and my and Coach Dad ain't around, he all of a sudden he slides his way into the conversation. Like, "Hi, I'm Halicue's husband. Hi. What's so funny over here?" Like he like he knows if somebody makes me laugh or engages me, like intellectually, and I'm just gonna say that, yeah, I was intellectually engaged. It would have been problematic. Girl, same way. Yeah, Coach Dad, like he does woo. Like that's the only time he like perks up like a prairie dog. Like if I get somebody gets me to laughing, like he's like, "Hey, hi, Josh, Hannah, 2 children, married 30 years. Nice to meet you. Hi. How do you That's why I got taken off the market in the year of our Lord 1995's girl hackles go way up. Yeah, if somebody gets me laughing. That's why thank goodness Dr. Umar or a TI never got me in a corner when I was a young woman. Cause you know, like sometimes you just be liking the way like a man's voice sound, but he's stupid. But you still like, oh, thank goodness that never happened to me. All right, that was one of the main stories I want to talk about. Y'all, it's very important we talk about digital hygiene. Y'all's husband, y'all's the same way. The fun is like, "Yo, what's going on over here? What's up? What's happening? What's cracking lacking?" Y'all, so the stupid is we're gonna is there's some Supreme Court updates. Let's get to like one or two before we get no, but I want to get into digital hygiene. So, y'all, the stupid feels really loud and it feels very annoying right now. And digital hygiene is mental liberation, as far as I'm concerned. Y'all remember how I said, like, one of the things that, like, kind of identifies the 92% is we decided to kind of live our life a little different and start doing things different. I call them the 7 crucial decisions. Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, Fawn, come on in, girl. We decided to start doing things a little differently. Y'all, thank you. Come on in. My name is Halicue Hannah. This is the Sunshine Report. We're going into our second hour. We're going into our second hour, the third hour. We got started at 9. Dang, we going into the third hour. Welcome everybody. This is the Sunshine Report. This is our daily political news, joy cultivation, intelligence briefing for Black women of the 92%. I'm Halicue. I'm the creator of the Sunshine Report, the Hey It's Halicue podcast. Please come be a part of our podcast community, like over on Substack. That's our newsletter and our podcast community. Also, I want us going over to I need us at the sunshinedirectory.info. The sunshinedirectory.info. If you are a member of this community, you are a Black woman that owns a business, or you are a service provider, take it over there and claim your name and tell us about your business. Put your website in there, put like a little icon in there, because I want members of the 92% community to be able to find other Black women in business, other Black women that are service providers that have a business. We're in the middle of transferring wealth. We're getting started with beauty. One nail appointment, one hair supply purchase, one hair salon visit at a time. Okay. And I want to talk about digital hygiene because my resting bitch face has been full tilt, which means that the news and it's getting stupid out there. And I wrote it down for this morning. I heard some shit on the news. The language was so stupid. And I realized, I'm like, oh, this is really triggering me because Black women, if there's one thing we don't like in intelligent Black women, we cannot stand somebody playing in our face. Especially if we're of a certain intelligence at a certain age, it's just some shit we not gonna put up with. And you playing in my motherfucking face is one of those things. And so I heard some dumb shit on the news. The county fair, the stunt queen in chief said the county fair was packed beyond capacity. He said the reflecting pool was vandalized by a liberal scuba diver, and the Department of Justice is gonna prosecute to the fullest extent of the law. We're winning militarily in Iran. The economy's never been stronger. I've got the strongest economy. It literally makes my teeth hurt. It makes like this part. Where is this? Is my little comfort reset. Ooh, that man stresses me out sometimes. That's why I try not to listen to it too much. And I kept thinking, why do they read the news? Why do they create the news? Why are these journalists? Why do they talk like this? Why does the Republican Party talk to their people like this? Why do they people buy this shit? And then I was like, oh, because they dumb. They're stupid. It's true. They're just intellectually incapable. They dumb. They're not smart. They can't critically think. Their heads are like cabbages, and the information, facts, education, critical thinking roll off like dew off a cabbage leaf. Right? Dumb as a doorknob. Yeah. And it's just, and they understand it. So that's how he talks. That's why they chose him. That's why Izzy and Russia chose him and helped usher him into the White House. Because they knew there's a lot of American people. They know we've decimated the education system here. So it's a lot of dumb people, and all these dumb motherfuckers needed a leader so that like tech billionaires and power brokers could stay in power. And they figured that was the best way to do it. So that's what because the people are dumb. They got a dumb president who talks dumb, and then the media, which is corporate and makes money with clicks and likes and shit. So they've dumbed down the news to talk to them people. But to people like Black women at a 92% who ain't never met a PhD or a master's or a terminal degree or a certificate that we don't like, it makes us crazy. And that's one of the things they want to do. They want to keep us stressed out and anxious and crazy. And so I kept hearing all these crazy, absurd statements, and it was triggering me. And I was like, oh, time to return to a conversation on digital hygiene. Also, with the Supreme Court, like there's some Supreme Court decisions. In good news, the Supreme Court upholds birthright citizenship. The way that should be posited is, can y'all believe the Supreme Court even had to like take up birthright citizenship? Right? Supreme Court strikes down limits on political party spend. Cause money is free speech. Upholding bans on trans athletes and girls sports. And we got more decisions coming down, probably. We probably got more decisions coming down. So news was making me upset. And whenever that happens, y'all know I'm a spiritual and I'm an energetic person. Y'all know I'm deconstructed. I'm a bougie hoodoo. But digital hygiene is real. Oh, great movie. What are y'all talking about? What movie? Idiocracy is now a documentary. Ain't that Brondo? Brondo, Silvana. Brondo. That movie with Leonardo DiCaprio about the motherfucking. My language is out of control today. I'm so sorry. Y'all forgive me. This is so bad. Me and Coach Dad were just saying, why does the lanky Libra curse so much? And then I'm like, that's probably mama fault. That's probably my fault. That's my fault. Sorry about that, y'all. Forgive me. I'm gonna get that under control. You like the foul language? You love it. I'm sorry. Ugh. But whenever that happens, y'all, it makes sense to me, doesn't it? I mean, truly, I feel like it's the truth. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I lied yet. Thank you all for your support. I appreciate that. Thank you all for supporting the Sunshine Report. I appreciate y'all so much. Seriously, I be needing y'all. Thank you. I really do. But I want to talk about something that we don't talk about a lot. Part of the reason we come together every morning, we do things a little differently. Thank you, D the Queen. We do things a little bit differently. And digital hygiene is a thing. Thank you all so much for supporting the live goals because I would love to do another rest and inspiration reading for us tonight. All right, digital hygiene. I think it's one of the most important practices as Black women. And I know each and every one of us is a Black woman online because we're here together online. But digital hygiene is one of the most important practices we can develop, especially for Black women, especially for creators, right? Podcasters, bloggers, vloggers, whatever. If you have to be on here and you making content, it is so important, especially for intelligent Black women, right? That like to stay up to date because what we're dealing with, like y'all, isn't really just social media anymore. It's an attention economy. Y'all know Meta was brought up on charges for using all kind of fucked up tactics to like get and hook young people. And it's not just shit that works on young people. It works on us too. A lot of it unethical to get us on these apps and hooked, right? And we talk about this and we talk about this in the 7 crucial decisions, especially when we decide to stack our power. Like Black women, we have to understand like our attention is valuable. Our attention is the product. Our emotion is the product, right? Because they want us in this kind of fucked up dopamine cycle and stressed out so that we're buying this fucked up process like fast food and door dashing this shit to our door so that we don't leave our house. We're not exercising our bodies. We're not in third spaces. They just want us hunkered down, like hooked in. And there's just a lot of mess and detritus that can come through, like trolling. And for those of us that are interested in politics, they literally create, pay for, and send out digital armies to fuck with us and to try to engage us and to continue to try to like siphon and harvest energy for us. We talk about this all the time, like how so much of racism is energetic and it is spiritual vampirism, right? So to these fucked up systems, our outrage is profitable. Our anxiety, that shit is profitable. The doom scrolling, profitable, right? And the longer they keep us activated, the more somebody else gets paid. That is why crucial decision number 2 that we made is communities at the 92%. The reason we decided to focus on mental liberation is because it's not just about what you think. It's about protecting. Okay, it's about protecting ourselves as Black women from what gets access to our mind. And that is very important for us. That's why they don't want any regulation in these spaces. Exactly. Yeah, your nervous system be so messed up. It is so true. It is so true. Yeah, girl. That's why in a lot of countries, and can you believe this shit? Like, I believe it was in the UK. I could be wrong about this. It's either UK or France or like one of those places. But I think it's the UK. UK is trying to make it like social media, is trying to ban social media for 16 and under. Do you know which I don't think I have a problem with that. I really don't think I do. But do you know who's asking and lobbying on behalf of fucking Meta? Do you know that Meta? Thank you, Velma. Thank you, girl. Meta is getting the stunt queen in chief and other government officials, senators, lobbyists on their behalf to try to change the United Kingdom, a sovereign nation's mind on what they have decided and their lawmakers have decided is best for their children. right? Hey, DC. Can you believe that? So that's how, yeah, like our mental liberation, and crucial decision number 2, it is so important for us as Black women protecting what gets access to our minds. Um, and would I say that I'm asked about this a lot? Not so much because I know a lot of, especially my white girlfriends, be scared to ask me stuff. I mean, because they know how I feel. I talk about this shit all the time. Been talking about it with them for years, and they're anti-racist themselves, so like they know how I feel. But I need y'all to know that I have to practice UK OG. Yes, yeah. But y'all, I have to practice. And I also like to know if y'all are content creators. Y'all let me know down in the chat. I'm gonna do a little poll. Let's do a little poll. Do y'all practice digital hygiene? I'm gonna let's do a can we do a poll? Quick poll. Yeah. All right. Smile if you practice. I want you to do the smile if you practice digital hygiene, tears if you don't. And if you're a content creator, especially. You don't even have to be a content creator, but especially if you're a content creator. Do y'all practice digital hygiene? Because I am deeply, deeply, deeply spiritual. I believe in energy transferal. Like I believe that attention is very powerful. Every single time I open this phone, and especially if I open it to the 92%, I'm a portal. Like I literally open myself up. Before I leave my house, I be doing shit like bubble of protection, protect me from this ignorance of this bullshit out here. When my children come into the house and my husband and they come into the house and their attitude is fucked up, or I can tell they're bringing in some bullshit, where is my spray? I will get out my Florida water. I will get out my spray and I'll be just like, go back to the door, go back to the door and just hold still and get that bullshit off of you before you come into my house. Yeah, girl, Bounty and Bliss, girl, if you on there the way you are, the way I'm on there, yeah, girl, we be getting dusty and musty. It's true. It literally is like a sin. I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm an open portal. We be talking about meaningful shit. Like I'm inviting, you know what I mean? Like I'm not talking about. I almost said needlepoint. No shade. I actually want to learn needlepoint, but the stuff we be talking about be emotional, right? I'm inviting thousands of people, and emotions into my nervous system. And if I don't intentionally clean that, if I don't intentionally like purify it, I can feel it. I start carrying shit that doesn't belong to me. I like human design. That's why I sometimes miss your lives. I need a break from online. Yeah, girl. Like, and sometimes y'all truly like, where is Halicue? She gave us Monday and Tuesday. Where is she, girl? Sometimes that stuff be heavy. People be trolling you. They be making like fake accounts. You love the way, girl. That makes me. That's why we do it. Like I love y'all. I need y'all. I need to be able to talk about this stuff with other intelligent women, and I can't get 50 Black. I mean, maybe I could, I guess, if I wanted to become a public speaker or something. But no, like we need to talk about this stuff and process it. It does get heavy. Oh, we got an impasse, so you're here to be extra careful. Did I actually get the did I get the poll up there? Let's try again. I don't know if I got it up there or not. Let's try because I really do want to know. Did I do it? Did we Oh, great. It's still going. Okay, yay. So y'all know how to vote on the poll. Y'all let me see. I start carrying shit that is not mine. I start like extra fear, anger. When TikTok starts acting up and getting glitchy, little shit can get in there like um are people, is the message not resonating? Is my voice not the one that like people need? We have mutuals and shit, and you see your mutuals growing maybe faster than you're growing. Then that little demon fucking envy and comparison like gets in there. Hopelessness, other people's despair. That's why like I try to, as much as I manage my content, I like to manage my energy too. How to vote in the poll? Is the poll like you tap the little it should be like two little faces, and one face like is crying and one face is smiling. Y'all let me know if you don't see it. I'll try to put it back up there again. I will definitely, it's difficult. So we have to like manage our energy. And that's what digital hygiene is. Digital hygiene means treating your mind the same way you freaking treat your body. You don't eat bullshit and garbage all day, right? Yeah, when it starts glitching, you will literally there have been times where I'm like, "Fuck this app," or like, "Fuck," but what I need to do is be like the main Darian and just curse the app out the whole time. Don't take a break. Just fuck this app and like keep, you know what I mean? Like, and just keep on going. When I go into other platforms and it'll be folks fighting, and I know, yeah, it's time to cleanse, right? Or you find yourself about to participate in some bullshit. Like I just jumped on Threads the other day to check out what's going on because I'm not going over to the other app. And seeing something and I almost got in there just to say something unnecessarily nasty. It was gonna be funny, but it was just gonna be unnecessarily making fun of somebody's stupidity. And then I'm like, am I even doing what I say? Like, this could be a bot. This may not even be a real person. And like, I'm gonna check to see if they're a real person. Then I'm like, girl, why are you checking to see if they're a real person? Who cares? You disagree. You think you're gonna change their mind? Why you need to insult this person? You're doing good every day with your community. Like, what the fuck? And so that's normally when I'm like, yep, digital hygiene is necessary. We shouldn't be eating this garbage all day. So why consume it mentally? You wouldn't let just strangers just walk into your house, muddy the floor, knock shit over it, and then leave. So why would we let strangers live rent free, like in our mind and in our nervous system? So when we just do something like digital hygiene, hey Braxton, are you any relation? Welcome, come on in, Cinderella. Exactly. So digital hygiene, and especially as Black women, we can't play around with this. It asks us who gets access to my attention, my emotional energy, and who benefits from my outrage. It's Monsters Inc. I don't talk about this as much anymore, but we really need to think about it that way. This machine, these portals will do anything. Will do anything, and they prefer our outrage because it's cheaper energy, right? The way we know a drink sweetened with honey is better for us, right? Than a drink that's sweetened with like high fructose corn syrup. But god damn, that dark cherry iced tea and McAllister is just delicious. You know what I mean? It goes like straight to your veins, but you know that shit's not good for you. It would be so much better if you had some for real homemade rose tea with some natural honey in it, right? So that's what it asks us to do. And it's important to do with these damn phones. Y'all think I'm crazy. I got a protective candle that my sister made burning right over here right now. I burn protective incense. I keep crystals under my computer. Pals keeps them by her computer too. That's smoky quartz right there to make sure the message that because I ask it to cleanse my message and to make sure that I'm not only do we have a clear line of communication, that's why I got crystals all back here behind me. By the way, for my crystals, I go to the jungle gym. That's my little sister, and she's like my little sister in real life. She's a crystalista. That's why the stuff I have back there, the ones that like help cleanse and clarify the message and help protect me. Seriously, I believe in that. This is true. They want Black women out here. They don't want us spiritually connected and grounded and using our tools. They want us to feel like that's witch doctor shit. They want us to feel like that's savage slave shit. No, 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 no. These are just natural things that exist on earth that help. Oh yeah, that's my little sister. Oh my gosh, if my sister Andy would get back to selling her candles and stuff, y'all. The protective candle I'm burning, my sister made. It's called Bye Bye Evil Eye Candle. I be rationing it too. I don't just be letting it burn. It's for special things. No, I wish she was. She had to take a break. She was going through a divorce. She had to take a break from the candle business, but her candles work. I like to say that I bullied her into becoming a chandler and making these spiritual candles because I was like, I want the best and you make the best. Why don't you just start selling these so I can buy them from you? She's amazing. Soda Light, ooh, is good communication conductor. Excellent. See, these are the things, digital hygiene. See, like these are just the things that keep us healthy and keep us grounded and keep us connected. And here's the thing, y'all, even if we can even take it out of like spirituality and energetics, it's literally this is how these platforms were built. Meta has faced lawsuits, investigation, alleging that its platforms intentionally use psychological persuasion design features, stuff like infinite scrolling, variable rewards, algorithmic personalization. That's why they tell you that even the kids say this. They were saying this on Streamer University. Do not judge me for watching some of that Streamer University shit. But it was literally my hating ass old lady Biddy watching some of it because I was like, these children need to be in school. The answer is not Streamer University. I'm a whole live streamer. The answer is not Streamer University. The answer is in a book. By the way, this is what I'm reading. Have y'all read this one, Ring Shout? Have y'all read this? I'm really enjoying it. I don't really even like horror, but it's very Lovecraft Country. It's very good. Seriously. So Meta's face lawsuits, investigations, and they these are design features. Infinite scrolling, variable rewards. This is why the kids, I was saying, don't judge me. On Streamer University, this is true. One of the little girls was the key to like going viral is you post your content, then you turn the app off. Why do you turn the app off? Because it immediately is like, where the fuck is Halicue? Halicue just posted a video. Where the fuck is Halicue? Halicue is supposed to be checking to see how the video is doing every 5 minutes. She's supposed to be checking to see what other people are talking about and scrolling. They don't want you off this app. They want you on the app. So the second you turn the app off, it immediately does shit like push your video out because it wants people to comment on it and like it. So they have an excuse to like notify you. That's why they want your notifications on. They want to always be able to get your attention back. I haven't downloaded and haven't read it yet. It's really good. That's where they had the good stuff in it. But exactly. Right? So they do all that shit to like maximize user engagement and they do it particularly among young users. But my ass, I'm Gen X. In my mind, I'm still a teenager and it's still 1985. Right? I have a very complicated relationship in my mind with Duran Duran and Kwame. Right? So a lot of us are still young at heart, Gen X. We love every new kind of technology. We love it. We're like these early adopters. We sit in the crossroads. It's a very interesting time. It really is. So even in and especially with Meta, internal company documents released through litigation and whistleblower disclosures also show concerns about the effect these engagement systems could have on users' well-being. One of my best girlfriends, day one girlfriend from when she was a young woman, worked at I'm not gonna say which one she worked at, but no, I think I can say it. She worked at Meta. And at the time, it was the coolest thing. The kids were little. I'll never forget. She invited us onto the big campus so we could see the cafeteria and we could see these cool, like, and when I tell you it's beautiful, it was like beautiful. The campus was crazy. It's got its own like transportation system, and there's stickers and goodies, and the offices are just amazing, and the kids were just having the time. They were little, they were just having the time of their life. And she was moving up in the ranks, and I'll never forget when she left that job, and I was like, girl, what? Like, you're at the pinnacle, this is the apotheosis, like, what's going on? And she's like, Halicue, I cannot work for a company whose job it is to make teenage girls feel bad about themselves and have them hooked on, oh girl, you saw Duran Duran a few years ago with Nile Rodgers and Gen X. Oh girl. But she told me, she was like, girl, I can't in good conscience do this. And I was like, damn. So that's how I know that shit is real. The reflex, girl, don't get me started. My favorite song is Rio from Duran Duran. And there's a Duran Duran cover band here called what do they call themselves? New Moon on Monday. Girl, I'd be at New Moon on Mondays shows in the front row. Cause I couldn't go nowhere. My mom ran a very strict program, so I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't go to no concert. And the closest they would come, like Duran Duran would come to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, was New Orleans. Wasn't no way my mama was driving me to New Orleans to go to some Duran Duran concert with a bunch of androgynous looking white British boys. But no, I love Duran Duran to this day. And that cover band, I'm a fan. I be going to see him. But Meta disputes many of these legal claims. The underlining point is that the design and the goal of maximizing the time on the platform is well documented, and they can keep you scrolling, they can keep selling ads, they can keep, and this is the important part, they can keep Black women angry. Okay? They can keep us angry, they can keep us afraid. They want us clicking more. People literally digital armies, like people can buy digital armies to like stress people out. Okay. So it does mean, I think personally, that as Black women, we should approach our attention as something very, very, very valuable and not something to give away as default. Because if we do, like, the truth of the matter is these leftists and leftist trolls and like these Bernie bro like wannabes, they want to keep us engaged and keep us enraged, and we got other shit to do. It's one thing for us to be in communion and talk shit with each other. It's another thing to have some hick in a shack with a Boost mobile phone and his QAnon conspiracy theory up, stressing us out. Can you imagine? I can't let Black women do that. It's all, yep, all capital and leverage, correct. So I can't have us using our time and our energy and stressing ourselves out engaging with these assholes. So just practical digital hygiene. I just want to share this. I asked myself, one of the things I love to do is to do my journaling before. Do I even have my journal up here? I can show you. Lately, there was a time when I was just writing in one journal, and now I just journal wherever I can find a damn notebook, and I just have notebooks like everywhere. But one of the things I ask myself and I want to do every morning is I ask myself before I get on Sunshine Report, what the fuck am I here to contribute? What am I here to receive? Because if I don't decide, y'all, like if we don't decide, you know who'll decide? The fucking algorithm. So I do all the things. Again, you're good. Good. Excellent. That's girl. That's how I know we're supposed to know each other and be friends. We could just skip over all this and just be friends. I ask myself, what am I here to contribute? What am I here to receive? This is valuable time. It's literally a huge chunk of our day. Like we're online, and then when I'm offline, I gotta upload video. You know, you gotta upload videos and make content and comment. Then we have communities here. I gotta check on Pal's videos. What's Aaron doing today? Can I jump into Bounty and Bliss's live real quick? Coach Rhonda's looking real cute today. What's Coach Rhonda doing? Coach Chantel got us doing chair yoga today. Like, so we have to decide. We have to be intentional. If we are not intentional, if we don't decide, the algorithm will. So I burn incense. I light a protective candle over there. Seriously, my sisters and y'all, ask my sister at the jungle gym. Ask her, what is Halicue? What's some crystals Halicue got back there? Because every crystal I ever bought, I bought from her. I wish I'm gonna ask her to put together like a little pack because I think she sells them. Like I still don't understand the way auctions work. My little sister was on TikTok way before I was on here, but those are things like we have to decide. Those are things that we have to make a part of our process. Sometimes the reason I'm late is because, yeah, it takes me 20 minutes to get my incense. I got to light my candle. I got my little personal, little sacred space over here. I got a Palo Santo pot happening right there. I got to make sure, like, picture of my grandma Halicue is clean. I got to wipe off the picture of my grandma like back here. I got to make sure there's earth, air, water, fire. So over there is a plant. I got, is the plant watered? Is a little plant back here watered? All of that stuff. I like protective candles. I meditate. I ask my what I love to do is to do a little sun, like a little sunrise like meditation. It's really more sun gazing, but that really helps me. I ask my ancestors to help me discern like what belongs to me, like what is, you know, like, and when to make sure that what I'm doing and I'm bringing to the community is not about working out my shit on the community. What belongs to me, what doesn't belong to me. Y'all, I try not to take my internet into my bedroom. Sometimes y'all see me on a video and I'm like, hey y'all, hey, it's Halicue. Listen, I just wanted to run down here and do this video because we kind of have this rule, like I don't be content creating all night. Like we're trying to go to bed together. Like so many people we know, so many couples. Woo! People get those Apple watches and get those whoops on their arm, and then they find out they got a sleep issue, and then everybody got a CPAP, and then couples aren't sleeping together, and then next thing you know, everybody's divorced. So like me and Coach Dad take pretty seriously. We don't have a TV in there. I need to keep my phone out the bedroom, but I've gotten good about turning it off and keeping it out of, you know, like keeping it out of range unless the kids are out, in which case you got to keep your phone close to you and on. It's a lot. No, we really do. We do. We don't. There's no TV in there. I even bought that projector so we could project, you know, like a little movie in the bedroom. He doesn't like doing that. He's like, nope, let's keep the TV where it's one TV. We'll keep the projector downstairs in the living room if we want to watch a little show and snuggle up. But yeah, we don't do all, like we really don't do all that. Like, and I make a concerted effort, and it's we've decided that's what's good and what's best. So the bedroom and the sleep, and as Black women and understanding how important our sacred rest is to us, why would we do that? Bringing doom debates and all that shit when we're supposed to be trying to get some sleep so the ancestors can talk to us. Right? Comment sections not necessarily good, especially when we know the oppressor and these supremacists literally have bot armies. When we know these MAGA red hat crazy people are on these podcasts, they own these Reddit streams. These little boys be listening to they're watching these old videos of like shot in the neck and Nick Fuentes and shit, and then they get on and they be in the comments harassing us and trying to, like, they get paid to do that. Yeah, the bedroom is for resting. So when I start noticing my shoulders tightening and I get that divot right here, when I catch myself like in the mirror, when I notice my shoulders tightening, I close the app. When my breathing changes, I log the fuck off. Also, when I start losing compassion and empathy, I know I stayed the fuck too long. Oh, and Golden Lady says she practices digital hygiene too. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to hear. Seriously. So that is what I consider digital hygiene. And since again, this is, I consider this, I truly do. I consider this mental liberation. This was like crucial decision number 2 that we made, that our mental liberation comes before almost everything else. We are getting rid of these last nasty little filaments that are left over from enslavement. Okay, because they knew, like, they knew when we got freed from the plantation, they had to build a plantation like in our mind. They had to create one that we would carry with us, right? It's so important for us as Black women, because I truly believe it's going to be our leadership, our development, what we create, what we build that saves this place. But we're going to save ourselves first. That's been the problem this whole time. That's why we haven't been able to save ourselves. We've been too busy trying to save other hoes. That time is over. Y'all, are we close to getting to, oh my God, we might get to 100. We might get to 200K. Uh-oh, I may have, all right, let's do it. Don't play with me. I will turn up. I will turn that clicker up. So it's very important. And if you're a creator, if you're a live host, or if you just enjoy the content, let's remember this. Because if they can own your attention, they could influence our thoughts. If they influence our thoughts, they can influence our choices. If they influence our choices, they will be the one influencing our future. And fuck that. Ever since November of 2024, oh hell no. That's another reason. Do y'all know? We actually, I don't know what it is. I assume it has something to do with the melanin in our skin being, I mean, I have been accused of being a Black supremacist. Can you believe that shit? Somebody accused me of that. Like, they literally, I'm not even gonna say what they said. It was nasty. It was ugly. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings. It was like, look at this. Do you even have, oh my God, it was a conversation. Do you even have 4 Black grandparents? Here you are, and here you are, Black supremacists. Like, I was like, don't, none of this makes sense, but it kind of made me angry and it upset me. Okay. But what we not gonna do is have these people influencing our choices and our future. Okay, our movement, y'all, is not just reclaiming votes and reestablishing some political sanity around here. It's also about reclaiming our minds. And y'all know, Black women, I believe we have some little extra immunity to this. Do y'all know, literally, it's harder to fool us online? It's harder. It's harder to fool Black women. It's harder to it's not harder to troll us, but like being fooled with AI and shit, like it's real hard to do that. Back before we had AI like that, like on the toilet bowl app, the X app, the Bird app, there would be all these accounts like trying to imitate like Black women, and you could tell, you're like, that don't even sound right. Like, Black people, we really know how to code switch. We know how to hide language within language. And so we can tell. That's another reason leftists hate us. Because a lot of leftists thought the best thing they could do for Bernie was to make fake profiles and then pretend to be Black people talking about, don't vote for Democrats. The Democratic Party is a plantation and blah, 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 blah. Hey, Queen Vic Nick. And if I don't have 4 Black grandparents, it likely won't by choice. I know exactly. I told somebody that the other day at dinner. I was like, most Black American people have between 15 to 30% European ancestry because of colonialism and rape, right? Halicue. I was like, don't say Halicue. Like I said something wrong. That's the truth. I learned that in school. I learned that at Dartmouth College and the Harvard Extension School. That's the truth. All right. So yeah, that's true. Thank you. And it was ugly. It did hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings. It really did. Um, but that's y'all, that's why I wanted to talk about that. It's true. People don't like for me to bring this up. I feel like, was it my mom? Who was it when I said this? They got very upset when I said it. I'm trying to remember who it was. But it's true. I was like, they literally they kidnapped us and brought us over here. And for black women, like, we get a say so. We have a right to talk about this and talk about it honestly, because they used us to breed a workforce. I hate bringing it up, but it's true. You can say a lot of things about a lot of people, like Chinese people were imported the fuck over here to like build the railroads, but like systemic rape in order to like increase their numbers to keep them working was not a fucking part of it. People can talk about like Irish people being exploited, Italian people being exploited and discriminated with when they came over here. They can certainly say that, but they cannot say that a part of the program was to rape them into increasing their population to keep the workforce going. That is what it was for us. I'm so sorry to go dark, but it's true. And this is why this is important, because they will keep trying to keep the domination, the subjugation, the assault going as long as they can, and we're not letting them assault our fucking minds. Like, that's what they're doing. That's what they're trying to do with these apps. But we're not gonna allow that. We're gonna use them for our benefit to like build our communities. But if we gonna be on here, it's dirty out here. We have to think about it the same way. They never want. Yeah, nobody want us to talk about this, which is okay. That's why I'm not begging to get on the Don Lemon show or to get on MSNBC. We can talk about it amongst ourselves. As long as we know the history, that's what's important. And you're right, Catherine. It is very important that we know the history. It is. This is important for us. But I believe in us being on Beyonce's internet. I believe we can build a new digital Tulsa. A lot of us being online, I want us podcasting. I want us being on here, but it is a different, it's like the internet is not real, but it's a real place. And the same way we tell our children, the same way, good. I'm glad you enjoy talking about it. I'm glad to be, I'm good. I'm glad we're talking about it. We should. Also, not talking about shit is how we end up getting wrecked and riddled with autoimmune disease. Shout out to Dollface Goddess. So it is. It's very important for us to do this and to talk about it. And I know it's tough. I know it's hard, but like we do, we need to talk about it. Some of us need to do our healing and will help other people in our community heal through our work online. I know, right? Nas said all he needs is one mic. I don't, Nas. I need two. I need two mics. Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite song by Nas. So it is. It's important for us to talk about. And I want us on here. I want us, black women, I want us claiming our territory. I want y'all creating your digital products. I want you creating your offers and making your journals and your ebooks and selling them, because it's also another place for us to have a marketplace that's safe for us, that's autonomous, that like we control. So I want us on here. I want us buying the podcast mic, which reminds me, I do love my podcasting mic. I do love it. I will put it up. Also, because I want to remind everybody too, I hope y'all come hang out with us for Black Girl Podcasters this Friday. Where is my mic? Where you at, Mike? Where are you? Not that one. I've got so many mics up here. I have a lot of different, but I love sharing this one. There we are. There she is. There's my favorite. Here she is. If you feel like you have a podcast in you, you want to start a channel, you want to start talking, sharing your message. We desperately need more Black women in the podcast space. Come hang out with Black Girl Podcasters on Friday at 4:00. It's me, Everything Aaron Ashley, Lovey TLC, Her Divine Alchemy. Who am I missing? And Caroll, the voice guru, Caroll. We get together and we talk about what it's like to be a Black girl podcaster. We give you as much advice as we can. But there are a lot of us. And I believe personally, one of the only ways we're going to get out of this mess is we need more Black women's voices like out there. And I know a lot of y'all are creators or like want to be creators, or you want to build a community, or you have a message. And I want you to be able to do it. I also love this company and I love this mic. So this is my Mayono. It's wireless. You can see there is nothing plugged in there except for when I charge it. And it's got a little dongle that goes in your phone. And I absolutely love it. It's got a little app. You can change the colors and stuff, the noise cancellation, like all of that. So all of this important. Yes, 4 o'clock Pacific time. 4 o'clock Pacific time. All right. So I just feel like that's important for us because if we're going to be on here, it's like the internet. Dave Chappelle said this once. He was like, but the internet's not a real place. I'm like, but it kind of is, Dave. It is a real place in that I'm watching Netflix on my phone on a train in, where were we? We were in Wengen, Sweden. I was like, so the internet is a place, Dave, because I'm watching you like on the internet. It's like being outside. It's like when we're outside and we come in the house, we need to take our shoes off. We're ready to get it. We'll take those, parents used to tell us, like, you smell like outside. Take them clothes off and put on your inside clothes. Put on your play clothes. Put on your pajamas. That's what it's like on the internet. We got to do the same thing. And Black women, we are a target. They are trying to get our attention, and people be trying to fool us. There are literally, I'm not going to say Asian owned, but Asian owned, like nail salons, beauty supplies, businesses that are starting new accounts or scrubbing their accounts so that you can't tell who owns them, or starting new accounts with black like icons and black faces on there to like try to fool us. So it could be a dirty playground out here. And it's important to not let these people have access to your mind. Do not let these people be trying to drag you into arguments. We don't know who these people are, if they're bots or trolls or whatever. So I want us to remember that. And y'all, and speaking of reclaiming our power and our minds, I want to talk about the Sunshine Directory. Now, this is a collaboration between me and Pals. This is a work product of a great offer that she has. It's her 30-day sprint to help you get your help you get your projects done. One of the Sunshine Directory literally is one of the most beautiful things we've ever built. It's not just another business listing. It's a way for Black women to intentionally find, hire, support, and celebrate each other. So if you own a business, if you offer a service, if you sell your art, do you host a podcast? Do you sell products? I want you in the Sunshine Directory. And if you're one of our super family members, if you're a super fan, this is one of your benefits. You get featured so our entire community can find you. Your business and your listing will always be scrolling. So I imagine hundreds and then thousands. Hey, Savvy Solo Girl, thank you. Of Black women seriously looking for exactly what you offer. I can't even get a pedicure until I figure out which fabulous Black nail salon in Oakland I'm gonna go to. Like next. We created the Sunshine Directory so that Black women who are looking exactly for what you offer can find you. I want to make it easy for them to find you, because every dollar we intentionally, because somebody please, pals, do you mind putting it in the chat, please? The sunshinedirectory.info is the sunshinedirectory.info, because every single, and this is so important, I'm going to talk about it in every single live, every single dollar we intentionally circulate strengthens our community. That is economic activism in action. And if you know a Black woman who owns a business who's too busy, she's on the hustle, she makes cinnamon rolls every day and she be at these farmers markets, she's too busy, but you love her and you love her cinnamon rolls, girl, put her business up there. Put her website up there. Do you have a picture of her? Do you have a picture of you eating her cinnamon rolls at the farmer market? Girl, put it up there so we can find her. All right. Y'all, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to see if there's been any more updates to these Supreme Court rulings, because I think we hit the major ones. Upholding birthright citizenship is upheld. So if you have a baby here, it's an American citizen still. Yay. The stunt queen in chief is going to have to pay E. Jean Carroll that $5 million because he's an adjudicated rapist. So says the Supreme Court. And this is another thing that drove me crazy. That was why we were going to talk about it. He said, I'm going to keep up the fight. I almost said the N-word. The only time I ever use the N-word is in referring to the president and to my daughter's former boyfriends. Or my sister's former boyfriends. That's the only time I ever use the N-word. I literally almost said it. This ninja just said, the stunt queen in chief just said, we're gonna keep fighting. You can't keep fighting. That's how I know he didn't graduate from Penn. It's a Supreme Court. That's it. That's a wrap. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works. Drove me crazy. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons I said we had to talk about digital hygiene. The stupid stings. Oh my God, it stings like inside my brain. Uh, if you have to go under for surgery and they have to give you something like what killed Michael Jackson? I never told y'all this. I used to have a minor heart condition. That's another reason I stopped drinking, cuz like it can affect the way your heart beats and like the electricity in your heart. So it's another reason I was like I had to. Oh, I used to love vodka too. I came up, y'all know we came up during the late 80s and the 90s during Sex in the City. So your girl loved a Cosmopolitan, but I had like a little arrhythmia. So occasionally they would have to like they would, like if they can't get rid of the arrhythmia with medication. They would have to they just knock you out and shock your heart back into rhythm. And they put the little sticky pads on you and they shock you back into rhythm and they wake you up. So like they would use propofol to like knock me out. And so when they would do it, it had the most fucked up feeling of you could kind of feel it sting and tingle all through your body. They would do it intravenously, so it would sting like kind of like all over your brain. That's what it feels like to listen to the Stunt Queen in Chief. That's what it feels like to listen to a fucking Joe Rogan podcast. That's what it feels like to listen to these stupid ass Fresh and Fit podcasts. And that's how it feels to listen to Joe Budden, to be perfectly honest with you. That's exactly how it feels for me to listen to Cam Newton. Stupid. It's just stupid. It stings like all over your body. So that's why I wanted us to talk about digital hygiene today. Let me check the biggest Supreme Court like rulings where we talked about Texas. Birthright citizenship, striking down limits on party spending because they consider money and spending money free speech, which is again another way we got here. Oppose. That's also why APAC has so many of our politicians like in its hands, because they just given out money to everybody. It was just free money. It was like less fundraising people have to do. It's part of the problem. Also, if Democratic Socialists of America wanted to do us a solid and a service, they would show how you can build a political movement without those contributions, without that money. So if they need something to do, instead of fucking harassing Black people and being racist, and asking why Black women won't pick up that barge and tote that bale, they could get busy doing that. That would be something that would actually be helpful. Y'all, it looks like it's so many messages. Good afternoon, Diamond. Good afternoon, Diamond. So I think that's all the Supreme Court updates we got right now. I'm gonna check PBS real quick, just to double check. I can't believe also, as I read this headline, the headline says Supreme Court rejects Stunt Queen's limits on birthright citizenship. That ninja ain't ever met an American woman that he liked besides Marla Maples, and he don't even claim Tiffany for real. First wife, Ivana, I don't know where the fuck in Eastern Europe she's from. She's probably Czechoslovakian or Yugoslavian or some shit like that. The snake-eyed Slovenian titty model prostitute whore, Melania, that also is missing and ain't nobody seen in weeks, is from Slovenia. And here he is trying to put limits on birthright citizenship. Got the nerve to talk about anchor babies. The nerve. The nerve. A Slovenian titty model, snake-eyed prostitute whore, Red Sparrow, is the first lady. He bogossed up some paperwork to say this bitch needed an Einstein visa and is on here trying to limit birthright citizenship. See, it's stupid. The hypocrisy. It stings. Yes, his mama was an immigrant. Bitch was Scottish, wasn't she? Weren't his parents? Yeah, the Nazi. Yes, girl. The daddy was arrested at a Klan rally. Barely been here. He's the first. Is he the first like American born generation of his fucking family? And people got the nerve, Lord, some of the titles, some of the categorization of my videos be hurting my feelings. And I'm like, and I'm 5 generations. Like we can count that. Black people from the American South, Mississippi and North Carolina, respectively. It's preposterous. Yeah, they're German. Debo, yeah, first gen. Thank you for letting me get on and talk about digital hygiene today, because reading these headlines today just made me be like, I can't. I was like, how have they come up with a way to make words feel stupid? To make technology feel like some of the dumbest, idiotic, yep, kept Mein Kampf right on the nightstand next to his bed. Why is it Nazi shaped if it's not a Nazi? Seriously, true. And F you, TikTok, if you got a problem with me saying that. I truly feel that. My friend, he's a friend of my mind. The main Darian has got me like, you know what? I'm just be cursing the app out as we go. Seriously. Like, and like I'm the problem for saying Yahtzee. Okay, I'm the problem. Okay, fine. I am the drama. I accept it. Um, I'm really going, I'm gonna follow this today to see what the Supreme Court says about banning transgender girls and women from school sports. Because y'all know I'm a soccer mom. I'm very interested in women in sports, so we'll see how that goes. Um, ugh. Y'all, I also can't wait to see when we finally take back the White House, when we finally like establish some order, like after the midterms. I can't wait to see how the Supreme Court tries to relimit the executive and all this power they've given this man. I can't wait to see how that works out. I really cannot. I think that's it, y'all. The SAVE Act. Yeah, no, we're good. Y'all, thank y'all for hanging out today. Can we please, you guys know what time it is. Could you please put in the chat in every lifetime? I would appreciate that so very much. Because I'm grateful. I was thinking about y'all. D, thank you, girl. I appreciate that. We didn't quite reach our goal today. I would have loved to have reached our goal because I would love to have given us a rest and inspiration reading, but we didn't quite make it, but that is okay in every lifetime. Thank you, Cinderella. I appreciate it. Uh-oh. Are we connected? What's going on? In every lifetime, the reason I wanted to do this gratitude segment in particular is because oh, that's loud. The reason I wanted to do this one in particular is because as I was writing our outline for today, I realized, y'all know, I realized I have never, not a single time, ever finished a sunshine report feeling worse than when I started. Never. Not once. Even, I'm going to keep it together. Y'all don't tell Dr. Lisa I was on here crying again. Y'all made me cry yesterday. Even, thank you for that daily heart me girl. Thank you. Even when the headlines are exhausting, we always leave here cleaner, lighter, more focused. Same, Bounty. Good, girl. Thank you. That's the goal. That's why we up here, y'all. That's why we live. That's why we're connecting as Black women. Every time we're done, I feel cleaner. I feel lighter. I feel more focused. I feel more grounded. I feel more powerful. Sending Dr. Reddy. Y'all don't be telling on me. Y'all gonna be telling on me. I feel more joyful. I feel more connected to y'all. Okay? And that's not an accident. It's because this community protects one another's energy. We tell the truth without becoming consumed by it. We stay informed, but somehow we figure out a way to not surrender our peace. Pals, thank you for the stickers. Thank you all for using the in every lifetime. The every lifetime stickers. I love them. We have figured out as Black women, we've always had to do this, but we're getting so much better at it. We're figuring out how to pay attention without giving away our power to these apps and these algorithms. And that is freaking rare. And I am deeply grateful for every single one of you who helps me make this small corner, which is becoming larger like every day. Thank you for making this part of the internet feel like sunshine. That's why I say, come sit in the sun with me. That's how I feel when I'm in here with us. That's why I try to make it feel and look like this. I want it to feel and I want it to look like sunrise. I want it to feel like sunset because that's how I feel when I'm in the company of Black women. Truly, that's truly how I feel. So in every lifetime, I would choose this community again. All right. And it's time for us to get out into the sunshine, get out into the real world. I'm going to actually do that. Thank you all for this amazing energy boost because I did not want to get up this morning, but I did. I wanted to make it on time. Thank you for my donut. Who sent me that donut? Because I said, am I going to get a cookie for being here on time and on schedule? And somebody sent me a donut. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love you. I love us 92%. Okay, they're not gonna drive us crazy. We're gonna drive them crazy. Y'all see what happens when we remove ourselves, just like in Texas, huh? Neck and neck. Black people remove ourselves and our energy, and it's a tie. All they got to do is understand that we're the star player and ask us to get up off the bench. That's all they got to do. That's all they got to do. It's amazing what happens when we remove ourselves. We see how valuable we are. Oh my God, in every lifetime, I would choose our community over and over and over. I may need to take a break sometime. We all need to take a break sometime. Yeah, put us in the game. Just let us run the ball. Give us the ball. That racism must feel good to him. Damn. I wonder what that racism tastes like. It's making them poor and sad and fewer resources, fewer rights. I don't know what it must taste like. I don't know what it must taste like. I don't want none. I love us 92%. Y'all listen to the unseasoned racism. Oh, yeah, it's a hard pass. That's all right. And even the other immigrant communities, like, oh, let's eat that. That's not what we do. That's not how we do it. Y'all, I'm so grateful for our time together today. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate us. I truly do. In the meanwhile, what I want for us to do is y'all go on over to Substack, join our newsletter and our podcast community over there. Listen to the most recent episodes. I promise new episodes coming out. If you are a super fan, now is a great time to become a super fan. Like super fan is half off right now. So absolutely like become a super fan because I want to feature you. If you are a super fan, you're going to get featured like in the newsletter, when the podcast. Exactly. We got food at home. We don't need that. Whatever it is in that racist refrigerator. Yeah, you don't want to eat that. That's why my grandmama wouldn't let me eat the food at the fair growing up in Mississippi, because she said the Klansmen's wives worked in them in those little food booths and shit. So she would never let us eat the food. Seriously. So I'm so happy we're here. Y'all, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are my sunshine. Thank you all for sitting in the sunshine with me. Head on over to Substack, join the newsletter, listen to the podcast. I will be back tomorrow morning at 9:00 again. I feel so good when we're in community with each other. Thank you for this conversation on digital hygiene today. I love us. Y'all, and for fun, y'all go visit my showcase too. I got a whole section that's like my favorite Black owned businesses and products, like here on TikTok Shop. Go on over to the sunshinedirectory.info, list your business or your favorite Black woman owned business so the community can find you. Love you so much. Love you, Bounty and Bliss Girl. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to me that you're here. Shout out and much love to every single super fan that's a part of this community. Thank you to the executive committee, to our mods, and to Halicue's hotties, my homegirls, like the back chat. Shout out to Black Girl Podcasters. Do I have a list of my favorite books somewhere? No. I'll make one though. Should I make one? That'd be easy to do. I'd be happy to do that. I definitely have what I'm reading right now. And one of my favorite books of all time is Mama Day. And especially if you like Black women authors, and you're interested in hoodoo and what that is, and seeing a beautiful story and version about it. It's by Gloria Naylor, one of my favorite writers. So that's one of my favorites, but I will absolutely make one. Never mind. You don't need, girl. No, I know, girl, pals. But pals, with you working with me, girl, I feel like I could do anything with like you and Naylin. Y'all let me fuck around and learn something from Ella, the AI coach, and her divine alchemy. Let me learn a little bit more about AI, girl. I'm telling you, Black women gonna revolutionize like AI. I'm convinced. Seriously. So who knows, girl? I might be able to do all this. I'm actually gonna get ready to go to my co-working community and bang out what we were talking about yesterday, pals. Love y'all so much. Oh, girl, just look up Halicue. You can literally look up Halicue, my name, Halicue. You can look that up damn near anywhere on any app and you're gonna find me, but especially on Substack. And thank y'all for and tell me what y'all think. I'm making a video with the new theme song in it. Thank y'all so much for being here today. As I say every single time, I love y'all being here for the Sunshine Report. They never should have taught me, pals. You and her divine alchemy never should have told me about that app and making music. Y'all never should have done that. Because now I'm gonna be playing this on the radio. I'm gonna be playing this shit in my car when I drive downtown. I'm saying, y'all think I'm playing, girl? You think I'm playing? Okay, now, pals. I feel like those little laughy faces, those laughing faces. Can you tell I'm delighted? Pals can tell I'm delighted. Y'all can tell we get to design. You're telling me Black women can design and create our own theme music? Girl, I'm gonna play this on my way. I'm gonna play this on Main Street today, and I'm gonna do a video because I feel like, is it on Spotify? I ought to put it on Spotify. I'm gonna make a video so we can hear it. So we can hear it. But yeah, they never should have messed around and let me have this, y'all. But I can stay on here talking to us all day from the bottom of my heart and with every fiber of my being to every beautiful, bold, beautiful Black woman at the 92%. All the love in my heart. And to our allies and our accomplices. I've got podcast music, Zoom waiting room music, gave it as gifts. Girl, I love that. Waiting room music too. I'm definitely gonna come up with a new opener for the podcast. That's for sure. This was too the payoff was too good. Like what they're actually charging for the yearly subscription. After I heard this first sample, I said, "Fuck it, y'all take my money." Because I'll start designing. I'm gonna start designing ringtones and shit for people. So seriously, so all the love in my heart to the 92% and to everyone that is truly aligned and supportive of us and to everybody else. I want y'all to have a day y'all voted for. Love us. 92%. I'm gonna have some videos up today. And I keep saying I am gonna come back tonight because I'm nailless. So y'all gonna help me pick out my new press-on nails, and I'm gonna show y'all my technique because it's one of the ways we can start taking back some of our beauty dollars. So I'm a press-on nail girly. Oh, and also I have some resources and some new connections on people, Black women that either are press-on nail content creators or they're Black nail techs that make custom press-on nails. And there's some beautiful work out there. All right, off to watch Serena. Serena, get ready to play. All right. Oh, that's right. It's Wimbledon, right? Girl, Naomi Osaka killed with that outfit. Naomi slayed. You know who else slayed on the red carpet at BET Awards? Oh my God, Kelly Rowland. Lizzo looked good. Dochi, literally, I just want to bite. Want to bite her little soldier. Oh, she looks so good. Naomi Osaka like killed them. I was like, yes, ma'am, slay. Give us that outfit. Give us a montage. All right, I love us. Love y'all. Love you 92%. See us tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And bye-bye to YouTube, to my YouTube family. Love us. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, tip critiques. Girl, I'm sorry. I was not as attentive as I should be to the chat. I will be tomorrow. See us tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Yes. Yes. Love you. Bye.